y'all. Bridget Bartlett here. Let me just record. Okay, now we're recording. Hey everyone, my name is Bridget Bartlett. I am the local business marketing training and support specialist for Builderall. Looks like today is Friday Q&A, so if you're watching anywhere on social media, make sure that you click the link to get access to our Zoom meeting. Looks like some of my regulars are popping in here, so let me just upgrade them all. Zoom, the last few months, I don't know if everybody's using it and that's why, but it's kind of quirky. Sometimes I click a button a million times and it never registers my click. So while everyone's popping in, hey Ray, hey Jim, hey Adrian, I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm super excited for one, because we actually have a quiz app tool that is coming. It's actually going to be beta tested next week. So hopefully it'll be released soon. So you guys definitely be looking for that. I know a lot of people are super excited about that quiz tool. It's basically, you know, like Ray's in the travel industry. One great way to pre-qualify leads is by actually sending them to a quiz. So you could say, for your travel industry, you could say, how many times would you like to travel for a year? What are the locations you would like to go to? You know, that type of thing. And by the time they get to the end, it's not so much even, obviously it's great for your information, but for them, if you think about the customer filling that out, they have to actually think, well, how many times would I like to travel each year? What places would I like to go to? So they have to manually select that. So and you've already got them thinking. Their mind is exactly where you want it to be. So that's why quizzes are great. It's also great for getting leads on Facebook. So you could actually run a Facebook ad, and I know you see this all the time. You know, take this quiz to see if you and your mate are, you know, soulmates or whatever. And then, you know, you could go through the whole quiz, and some of those quizzes end up going to, like, you know, Match.com or some kind of dating site. So I guess if the end result of the quiz was, hey, you're not soulmates, maybe you want to go to Match.com and get a new date or something. So lots of opportunities just for the quiz app. Also, something else I wanted to tell you. April 5th through the 9th, we're doing our next challenge with the Mag 5. So we're going to be teaching you all about membership sites. So how can you use membership sites, the best way to use them, and all the different methods, how you can monetize them, and all of that. So lots of good info. That'll be at challenges.builderall.com, our normal challenges site. So definitely be looking for that as well. And then the second thing I actually wanted to show you guys, it's one of the mock-up tools that we have inside of Builderall now, where you can actually create like a super cool background for your Zoom meetings. So let me actually share my screen here, and I want to show you. And then I'll definitely take your questions, because it is Q&A. So definitely be thinking about your questions. So let's see. Let me just go to my Builderall account here. And I actually just saw this in the meeting today. So I have not even had a chance to play with it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so if you go to the Mockup Studio, you'll see that you have some choices here as soon as it loads. This is the option here. This is so cool, okay? So what you can actually do once this loads up is you can create a virtual background for your Zoom, and it can look like an office, except you can actually put your logo here, okay? So if I wanted to upload my own logo, I just click upload media. Let me just look for something here. Let me just look for logo. I'll just choose whatever. Okay, let's just choose this one. Okay, that's not a good size though. Let's choose a square image. So we'll go upload. Let me see. Okay, so we'll just choose this one. We'll say this is my logo. And, you know, you size it out just like you do all of the other mock-ups that you want to do. If you guys have not played in the Mockup Studio, highly recommend it. You can do so many cool things, including, like, I know that right now I want to show you what this actually looks like. It does take a few, maybe 2 minutes to render. But if you can see in the background here, you have like product labels that you can put on different products. So if you wanted to highlight, maybe you do CBD or some kind of health supplements, you could actually create images with your own labels on there. So let me stop sharing. I will share again in just a second as soon as this uploads. But I wanted to, I'll come back to that, but I want to just check with you guys. It's Friday Q&A. Do you have any questions for me? Maybe about the Mockup studio, or you guys, as soon as you see it, I can't wait for this to happen because it's just okay. Now let me share my screen because
I didn't even know we had Mockup. Where's that at? Is that one of the apps?
Yeah, it's awesome too. See how I created? All you'd have to do now is just download this, and then you can use that as your background, and it looks like you're in a really cool office with your own, your own logo back there. Super cool. But yeah, if you didn't know about the Mockup Studio, you just go to your apps and then go to Mockup Studio under Design and Video, and then you have all of these options. So you can put any image that you want on any of these products here, and then it will show up inside there like a 3D thing. This is a great, easy way to get some income from Fiverr as well, that you can put all of these templates on Fiverr and say that you can add their logo. You saw how long that took me, like, a second to upload. Yeah, to upload the image. But yeah, you could get $5, $10, $15, $20, depending on, whatever type. This is really cool too. You can do like videos. So see how it's still moving? I could actually upload my image to the Mock Studio, and then it would be on these wine bottles, but it would still be moving. So it's like a animated logo. Same with these down here. Oh my gosh, so many cool things, and they're adding to this all the time. Every time I dive in here, I'm like, oh my gosh, they added this. I didn't even know we had that. But look at all these options. Super cool. One popular thing you can do with these too is you see these that look like a book. You can take PLR products, and then you can create your own cover and then promote it like it's your own ebook, but you have your, you have your own cover that's branded to you. So, man, seriously, dive into that. It's super, super cool.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, I know. I love it. And I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, Bridget. How did you get the perspective on your logo in that background? The logo you put on there was as if it was going down the wall. It was on the wall because it was bigger on one side than it was on the other. So was that automatic? The perspective?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about the Mockup Studio is you just upload your image. I mean, you have some cropping functions and stuff. I personally like to design it in Canva and then I upload it, but each one will tell you the exact dimensions of the image that you need. So I go to Canva, and I can share my screen just to show you where I saw that. So I go to Canva and I create the image the exact right size. So let's say, just to go back to this one here, if I wanted to actually create an image that would fit that perfectly, I would just go to Canva and I would create an image that's 1,000 by 1,000, and then I would upload it. And then it would make it the perfect. But yeah, all of these, like I could take that same image and I could put it here. Of course, it needs to be the right size, otherwise it will look wonky. But if I put that exact same image here, you'll see how you can move this around, but you see the red lines there. It's saying like, hey, this isn't the right size. So it gives you a chance to crop it if you wanted to. You can also move in the scale. Like maybe I wanted to use this image. I didn't want to do all that, and I just wanted my face. I could actually blow this up, and then just whatever's in the red guide there is what's going to be on the ebook. So let's say that I did all that and I just love this image here. Once you choose to use it, then you do see Mockup. And then, like I said, it does take, maybe a couple minutes to like render and get your image on there because it's doing a lot of work right now. But once it's done, my image You'll see it covers
That's
the
cool.
book. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
When you made it up, you had the ability to add titles. In other words, you can add text on top of it.
yeah, you can do all of that stuff. All of the like if let's see, I'll just do this again.
So
You
what?
can
Right
choose
there.
like, yeah, you can choose like to smooth it out, which, you know, it does. If you look, I just noticed, like, if you look at this area right here, when I uncheck that, it makes it a little pixelated, but you can actually select that and it, you know, clears it up,
Wow.
makes it more clear. You can choose a color filter. So if I wanted it to be black and white or sepia, I could choose that. You can add a title if you want to. So we could say this, this is my title, but it's black. So let's change the color. We'll just change it to white. Maybe that's the other color. But I think that, I think we have a lot more options on the, why is it changing that color? There we go.
Is it that there are more options on Canva, or because
Yes.
this looks like just like what I've done on Canva?
Yes, that's the thing. It's like it's great that we, you know, this is why I say this all the time. I love that we have so many options on Builderall, but it doesn't mean that you have to use them all. And just for me, my personal preference, I like to get my design and use all of Canva's features, because you can see, I mean, we're limited here what we can do. When I create graphics, I want to use Canva. I want to use the, you know, the shadow on my text. I want to use all the different elements and all that, and get it exactly how I want it, the right size and all that. And then I come to the Mockup studio and then I just upload it. And it's the exact right size. It's everything that I want, designed exactly what I want. And then I don't usually use any of these features here. But yeah, I mean, that's all you'd have to do, design it in Canva and then upload it. And then you can do any of these. Lots and lots of cool options. So yeah, you guys check that out. It's great.
It's great, Bridget.
Yeah, it's great for social media. If you're running Facebook ads or any of that, there's some animated, you know, putting your face like in an image, like on a cell phone or something like that. It's like the what we're all trying to do in marketing. You want people to stop scrolling. You want them to pay attention. You want to establish yourself as an authority. And when you create things that not everyone's creating, it makes people stop the scrolling and just take a second look. So anytime you can get a second look, any disruption you can do like that is definitely a good idea.
Hey, Bridget.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay? It's Marcel.
Yeah. How are you?
All right. I have my brother's name up here, but I'm Marcel. So real quick, and I gotta go from my break. Could you, you've inspired me about a digital business card. And is this a platform? Could I have you look at a digital business card just to see what your opinion is?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Can I share my screen?
Go ahead.
Great. Thank you so much. I got about 10 minutes and then I got to run.
Story of my life. I get it.
I just want to, how does this look? Actually, I wanted to see if the QR code worked. You don't have your cell phone on.
I do. Yeah.
Bless you. I just wanted to get your opinion on this. What I did was I did a QR code with this, and I linked the email and the phone number so that when somebody clicks on the phone number, they can call my number. And then with the email also, I made it clickable so that when they click on there, they can put their information in and email. I'll get the email. Oh, did it work, Ray?
Yeah, it works.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it worked on my end too.
Oh, great, guys. And then down below, I have my web design that goes to Builderall, and then YouTube channel and the Facebook. Now, Bridget, can you give me a crash course on how to use the CRM and I'll stop share, the CRM and the mailing boss? How I just a quick crash course.
What you just asked me is like saying, can you give me a crash course
I
on how
know.
to be a medical doctor?
I know. I know.
All I want to know about is brain surgery. That's
I mean,
it.
I'm
Could you
doing
just-
I'm doing the research, but just connecting like the CRM, basically, maybe.
Connecting. Okay. Connecting. Look,
Yeah.
I can show you in 2 seconds. And
Okay,
I'm
great,
going to
great,
blow your
great.
mind.
And then I'll.
I hopefully can blow your mind with this. Okay.
Hey,
So let me
while
go.
she's doing that, Marcel, what is the mybizcard.me? Is that your
Yeah,
website?
that's my domain that I put, because what I want to do is share that with other people. And for instance, you can put ray.mybiz.me. So I want to use that domain. I got that domain. And so I want to share that with other people so they can get business cards also. Similar
okay.
to what
Will that
Bridget
be
was
an
saying.
affiliate kind of thing?
Similar to what Bridget was saying about going to business people that instead of putting in paper and notebook, they can just
Right.
go to the QR code and add info.
I would say though, definitely, it would probably be better to have a QR code that they scan and then go to that website.
Okay, go to the biz card
Yeah.
after. Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if you think like when they and then have some, yeah, definitely you already have the email thing. The main things you need to think about with those digital business cards is you want them to scan the QR code to go to your website to give you a way to contact them. They need to enter that their information. So you need to capture the information. So what you can do is use the digital business card as a way to do that. So when I did the QR code, I put it on an image and then made it my my share image this here. So
Okay.
every time, all I have to do is just, turn my phone on and it's right there. So if
Okay.
I'm talking to someone, I can be like, oh yeah, I did it. Like if I'm at the gym and somebody's like, oh, I'm starting a business, I can be like, oh, contact me. And then I share my, here you go. And then I immediately. But the thing about it is that the reason that you want to use that is so that people can pull up your website on their own phone. So they scan your QR code, they're holding it, and then they're entering the information. It doesn't mean that you can't have a QR code there, but just keep in mind the customer journey. They're going to have to be on their computer to scan the QR code rather than having, because they can't use their phone to scan it if they just brought it up on their phone. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you could bring it up on your phone and then they could technically scan it, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of them having, the buttons to send you an email kind of thing. So, so just an idea. It doesn't mean that it's wrong by any means. It's just just keep that in mind that you'll have to pull that website up for them to scan it on their phone.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks.
But just to quickly, I know you have to go, but I wanted to show you how easy this is to connect the CRM here. So when you go to any website and you want to go to site settings, okay? So this is the settings for your entire website. All you have to do to connect the CRM is toggle this switch on. If you don't want it on, you just toggle it off. Okay, so if that's green, it's connected to the CRM. So when you go to the CRM, you can actually pull up everything, all of the website data. You can choose whichever domain you wanted to look at, like say, because all of these here are connected to the CRM. So it's pulling in all of that data. So if I wanted to choose this website domain here, then all of these leads have come from that website. So the cool thing is you can look here, you can put, this is why I was saying it's like a beast, because you can put tags on each page.
Right.
Like, where's there? Let me go.
So then, Bridget, I need to create a contact form and get, say, name, email, and then once I have the contact form, that can go directly to the CRM. Is that correct?
I mean, but they could do that with the email marketing form or any of that. As long as when they go to the page, it's like they enter their email in, and every page they go to, you can actually put a tag here. So this is each page, okay? I showed you the site settings, but this is the setting for each page. All right. So
Okay.
you want to go there, like maybe you have, 5 different pages and you want to look in your CRM and say, okay, who went to the page that's tagged Magic Funnel? Then
Mhm.
you could actually set up an email autoresponder using the workflow and starting with a tag. This is again why I was saying, oh my gosh, that's a beast to try to
Mhm.
quickly explain.
Okay.
But you can
Okay.
actually use these tags created in the CRM to trigger, depending on the tag, a whole different email sequence. Okay, so you
Okay.
can actually make them maneuver between lists and sequences and all of that just using all of the tags and the information that you can find in the CRM.
And that's integrating the CRM and Mailing Boss.
Yes.
Great, great, great. Okay. And I'm gonna change the subject a little bit. On your social media, you shared with me holidays, holidays that are not. Are there any other things you could give for creating social media daily info besides holidays?
Yeah, there's lots. So for example, I have 2 pharmacies.
Mhm.
So that's, and they're like the last 2 clients that I'm keeping because I'm just so busy and I've even outsourced that. But when I think of the content for the pharmacy, obviously it has to be related to the niche, right?
Mhm.
So when I'm thinking health, okay, health tips, you know, um,
Okay.
the holidays are a good one. But things about supplements. I like
Gotcha.
to
Gotcha.
do
Okay.
fun, like fact versus myth. I like to do that too, because that kind of
Mhm.
catches your attention. Like, do you really have to take all your medication?
Gotcha.
Or
Gotcha.
something
Right.
like
Right.
that.
Right.
That's
Right.
just off the
Okay.
top of my
That's
head.
good.
But
That's good. That's good.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You gave me some ideas.
yeah,
That's good.
start with blogs. Blogs are a great resource when creating social
Okay.
media.
Okay.
Just look for blogs within your niche, and maybe you find a blog that says top 10 ways to make money off or online. Now
Okay.
you have 10 days of social media. You could create graphics and say the number 1 way to, generate income online, or
Mm.
here's the top 10 list. Number
Okay.
1, that's day 1. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Great.
blogs are a great resource for that.
Now, my last question, and I'm going to go and Google My Business, Bridget. You had given us some tips on that. And is it best when you have a client that you want to help them with their business, is it best for them to set up their own Google My Business, or me as a web agency to set it up for them? Or, of course, it depends, I guess.
It really depends. If they already have a page, and they may have a page that was created by Google, not necessarily them, you can claim the page. It just depends on the process they make you go through
Okay.
to claim the account. So if you can claim the account, it's fine. You're going to have to get access one way or another. So you could claim that account, but that, again, that's something that you can tell business owners too, to make them a little bit like, make them know that this is an important thing, is that anyone can claim it. But it is, it can be a process. Like you can click claim, and then they want you to either call the business number and
Mm-hmm.
verify, or they
Or the
send a
postcard.
code
Yeah.
or a text or something like that. So it does. I like for the business owner to just claim the account, and then I want to
Okay.
get access to it,
Okay.
like as
Okay.
a manager of it.
Okay, so
So
then
that would be,
the email that they set up, you could ask for access for it?
you could actually ask for access to their Google My Business account. I would
Okay,
never want access to their email,
okay,
because that's
okay,
everything.
great, great,
Yeah.
great. Okay, thank you, thank
Marcel,
you.
Marcel,
Yeah,
let me
yeah, Ray.
tell you, you're looking about special days. You can Google a whole lot of days, but there's almost a day every day of the year that is a special day. 2 days ago was National Puppy Day.
Okay,
April, whatever, is National Cancer Awareness Day, part of the Cancer Awareness Month. And there are some Google sites that you can go to that have special days, and almost every single day of the year is a special day. And it may
gotcha.
or may not, all those days may not apply to your
My niche,
purpose, your
right?
issue, but you could probably get 10 or 20 different days out of that national whatever.
Great, great, great,
My
great.
my favorite website to go to is nationaltoday.com. So that'll
Nationaltoday.com.
give you
Okay, okay.
holidays in every niche every day.
Great, great. Thanks, guys. Blessings. I'll listen in and everything.
All right, bye.
Bridget, can
Hey.
you explain a little bit more when you talk about Google My Business and anybody can claim it? Is that like when you do a search on a business? A lot of times they'll ask you the question, "Is this your business?" And you can. So anybody can claim that, huh?
I mean, you can, but it's like, you know, like I said, there's a process. So it all depends on how they want you to verify, and how you choose to verify. So, yeah, a lot of times, like, here's a perfect example. Let's say you have XYZ business, okay? And a lot of times Yelp or Google or whatever, they will just create the listing if it's being searched a lot. But if they have not created it, then you could actually go, if there's no listing already, you could actually go to Google My Business and say that you are XYZ business owner, and then you could create the listing yourself, and then now you own that. So that's why it's so important for every business to have their own claimed listing on Yelp, on Yahoo, Bing Places, Google My Business, all of those things. They need to have their claimed listing, because if they don't have control of it immediately, it's going to be, if somebody else creates it, then good luck. So, and then that's so important, because that's how people are going to find you. That's where your business hours, phone number, address, everything about your business. Like, what if somebody creates a Yelp listing of your business and then it gets a bunch of negative reviews? How are you going to ever combat that?
Now, just out of curiosity, why would anybody have the incentive to do that? I mean, I'm talking out of ignorance here, because I have had that before, where I've looked up a business and all of a sudden I'm into this questionnaire, is this your business? And I'm going through it. I'm like, well, I don't even, I just back out of there. But I didn't know that, for example, your business, you had to go claim it in all these different places. And how do you do that? What's the way to be sure that somebody else hasn't done that?
You can literally just look for your business. So go to like Bing or Yelp, and then just look for your business on those websites and see if there's even a listing. If there's not a listing, you can create one as the business owner. If there is a listing, you can claim it, but you have to go through like an authorization process. So that's where it's really important. I mean, if there is a listing, great. But you'd need to claim that listing. It's very important. Just like with our lawn care business, I started using Chirply, and we had to change our phone number. If I didn't have those listings claimed, I would have to go through that process, and hopefully no one else has done that. They can actually claim that and ransom businesses too. So
if I'm following you right, let's assume you had done that for your business, and Yelp, for whatever reason, you didn't go into Yelp, and somebody did that, and they claimed your business as theirs in Yelp, and they did a bunch of bad reviews. So now it's appearing to the public that in Yelp that you are getting all these bad reviews.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep, that's exactly right. Definitely not good. If you're that business owner, you definitely don't, with millions of people looking at Yelp and the reviews. And we are a review society anyway. It's like we all want to see the reviews. None of us like to be the first one to try somebody out. We want everybody else to try it first and then let us know their experience, and then we'll go try something new.
And Bridget, one more question. So if a business owner, going back to that, so if a business owner has claimed the business and they want to update, I as a web agency can have access to them. How would I have access to them?
Yeah, you can go to Google My Business and then request access as a manager of the account.
Would I go to Google My Business or talk to the owner?
Well, they would have to request it inside of Google My Business, inside their account. They would have to say, send an invite for, management or
Great. Okay. Thank you. You
guys have anything else for me? I've just been live all day. I went to the gym today. I had a meeting at 10 that lasted till 12, and then another meeting at 12 that lasted until I came live here. So I'm just chilling on the live all day today. So if you guys have questions, I'll just drink my coffee and And I'll be with you.
I have a quick question. Hi, Bridget. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
My question has to do with setting up a calendar and just getting ideas from you on doing that. I thank you so much. You gave us a calendar for posts, I believe,
Yeah,
when
that's our
you
case.
were, I think last Friday. Yeah, so do you, oh, I have lawn people cutting their lawn, so you might hear all of that. Sorry about that.
I'm used to
But
it.
if you can hear me okay. Okay. If you can hear me okay, I just want to get some idea. Do you try to set up a calendar for everything? I mean, like you're doing so much, and I want to get to this point where you're doing your videos and certainly your daily posts, your email. How detailed are you in your calendar, and what resources are you using? If you're having, I guess, content created, do you do it that on a schedule as well? I'm trying to get organized. So.
Yeah, you know, that's the hardest part, honestly. And I think it took me 2 years to get to where I felt like I could wake up and know what I'm doing for the day, and have it planned out and then get into a system that works. And really, it's like an individual thing. It's like, here's what you know you need to do. Really, you need to make a list of all the things that you need to do and the things that you want to do. And then you need to put them in a calendar in a way that will actually work for you. That's the hardest part. It's like you might think, okay, I'm going gung ho, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email a day, I'm going to send a text a day, and I'm going to prospect, and I'm going to make a video, and I'm doing. But you only have 2 hours a day. Right? Because if you work full time and then you have a family and it's like you get home, you have to cook dinner and you have to, so you really need to be very realistic and logical about the amount of time that you have to spend. And then you need to start checking off that list. So the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do, obviously the need to comes first. But it's an ever evolving thing. It's never going to, I'm never, ever going to have a good system to where it's like everything just flows and I don't feel anxious, like, oh my God, I have all of this to do. And now here I just added this new project. Well, that doesn't fit into my flow, you know? So now I have to figure out how am I going to get that done? So now I have to change it again. But just for like a workflow perspective of just my personal week, I usually do meetings in the morning, and then I do my live at 2. But I have a checklist that I follow before I go live, like create my restream event, send a text message to my group to notify them, send an email once my training's done, update the link in Zoom so that it's connected to Restream. So all of these like checklist things I have to do every day. And then I have kind of some flex time. So if I'm done at 4 p.m. and I have, I still am allotting, this is a big challenge for me too. I'm still allotting, trying to get a work day to where I actually see my husband, at some point, and protect my own mental sanity. But I try to say, okay, I'm going to stop working at 7. And then, or I'm going to have dinner at this time, and then I'm going to go back to work. I'm going to do this. And here's what my day is. And so having it structured is much better than just sitting down being so overwhelmed. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know I need to do all this stuff, but I don't, it's like this list is a mile long. I don't have the time. The best thing is like pick a priority, figure out how much actual time that you can spend, and then stick to that. And then make sure if you've allotted 2 hours to send an email and shoot a YouTube video and upload it and research your tags, then make sure in those 2 hours you got that done. So it's really just it's such a process. You're never going to get it perfect. I just do the best I can. Then I learn new tools that help me automate those things. And then, I figure out quicker ways of doing things. And so it just constantly evolves. I think the Restream events, just creating Restream events over just clicking to go live like I used to do, that's saved me an hour a day. So it's things like that where you just learn as you're doing it, what is going to be, how can I save time? I'm always asking, how can I save time? How can I automate? Because if I'm live, if I'm in meetings, I can't do anything else while I'm doing that. But also while I'm live, I have text messages going out. I have, emails going out and all of that because I have set that to send before I go live. So automation and time management, man, good luck. It's such a struggle.
Thank you. I just
Hopefully
wanted to
I
get
answered.
an idea. You did. I'm trying to figure out, do I create all my posts, maybe schedule that in at one time, and then
with social media, I like to so Monday through Friday I do builder stuff because that's my job. It keeps me more than busy. But then on the weekends I like to do my own business stuff, and like I have a small business and all of that. So every other Saturday I like to create 2 weeks of social media content, and then I schedule all of that out, and then I don't have to think about it again. So it's a pretty busy day for me every 2 weeks because I'm trying to do the clients, and then I'm trying to do my own, and then my business and all of that. But again, it's just like a routine. You find better ways of doing things. It gets faster. You don't spend as much time. But yeah, I'm getting to a point though. I've already hired a social media manager because I just can't keep up. So again, that's another thing. You have all these things to do, and they all have to get done. If you can't do it yourself as a business owner, not getting it done is that's not a solution. So if you can't do it, it has to be outsourced. So then you have to look at your budget, so it's a constant balancing thing, but it's business and it's fun.
Is that social media manager out of country, or how'd you find that person?
She actually, I have looked everywhere. Honestly, I have looked everywhere, but she actually has been my best friend since I was 14. And it just it was one of those and again, it's just such a lesson of using the resources that you have around you first, but she actually works for, you guys know I'm in the healthcare niche for social media. That's just what I fell into. But she actually works for a clinic that is a nonprofit where she does their social media, and she does she plans events and has all these sponsors. They do golf outings and all of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you need a job? Because and she's like, I would love to do that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a match made in heaven. I am so excited. So I said, when I'm a millionaire, you're going to be that best friend that follows me around and gets my coffee. She's like, girl, I'll get your coffee. So that's my plan.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. Right. She'll be my girl. I'm like, hey, I need to go to France this week, but you're going to go with me and you're going to get my coffee all week long. So now I have somebody to travel with.
A lot of personal assistants out there making good money.
And they're hard to find. So just like anything that you do in business, when you find somebody who is worth the investment and worth the, the time and all of that, you put it into them. And, obviously you want to pay handsomely if you find someone good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys have any other questions for me? Looks like Frankie's here. Hi, Frankie and Linwood.
I do have a question about the mock-up, not to get back to it, but I opened up while we were talking, and I see something called the transparent floating videos.
Uh-huh.
Is there an example in there, or can you show me? Or, I'm just curious. I'm not sure what that means, the transparent floating video.
I don't have one, but let me share my screen here and let me see what
it says. Create a unique floating video for your website. It sounds intriguing to me.
It is. I know what it is. And it's basically have you ever seen, let me see which one you're looking at. Where is it at? Is it up here? So a transparent floating video is basically you have the person and then you have something else in the background. So it would be if you wanted to have yourself, say you recorded a video where you're talking about, this great business opportunity, and you wanted to have a green screen behind you, and then you wanted to edit in a background of maybe some big mansion or something that, that would be kind of what a transparent floating video is. I'm trying to see.
Oh, okay. So if you were trying to create a situation of a scenario behind you. Like, let's say I'm in my office acting like I'm reporting Niagara Falls, and then I do a video of Niagara Falls behind me.
Yeah.
That's a floating video. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like a video on top of a video.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have
Hello,
anything?
Bridget.
Hi,
I was looking for the hand because I didn't want to butt in, but I don't see how to click the hand. So I had to just jump in when I thought we were at the end of his presentation. But look, I have you on everything. I have you on my phone, my computer, and everything. So I don't want to miss anything. Now, my question is about the disclaimer, the privacy policy, and those kind of things. Do you use Builderall's legal pages, or do you have your own, and how to connect? How do I connect?
I definitely use the Builderall legal pages because I don't know anything about what I'm supposed to write, and that's why I love it. And the only thing that you have to do is just add your email address to edit those. And what I actually do, Frankie, is I create it one time. Okay, so I have a website called Legal Pages, and I create a footer. And then I attach those legal pages to my footer. And then I actually save that footer as a personal element. And then I put that in the global. So I go to my global footer, and then I go to personal, and then I just pull that footer up, and then I save it. And then now that's my footer. So I don't have to create that every single time. I have a footer for my website that's different than a footer for any sales funnels I do. Same legal pages and stuff, but when you do a sales funnel, you want it to be very simple. So it's like I have, copyright, vision, marketing, and design, and then I have my legal pages, and that's it. But on my main website, I have like my social media, and then, address and different things like that. So that's a very, very easy, just create it one time and then be done with it.
That information is priceless. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
And look, I'll sign off from there, but I'm still here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else got anything? I would love to give you some more priceless information.
Could you tell us a little bit about what we've been talking about, the different tools that are being deprecated? There are two, the transparent floating videos and the, what is it? We were just talking about them. And when you go there, it says this will be deleted soon. Use video hosting instead. So I think it's video wrapper.
Yeah, that is because they used to be the video wrapper was a separate tool, and now they've integrated it into the hosting. So when you upload a video, instead of like you upload a video and then you have to go to the video wrapper and then you have to upload the same video again and then wrap it and then download it, and then if you want to put it in your e-learning, it's so you're doing, you're going to different tools to do the same thing. So what they did is they just depreciated the standalone video wrapper, and then they put it in the hosting so that all you have to do is upload, go to wrap the video, and then it's there and it's done. So it's one-stop shop. And then the floating video, that one actually has to do with when they did the whole JavaScript update thing where they got rid of the JavaScript. That relied on that. So now that same technology is not available. So they had to depreciate it.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else? You guys, I want so much to tell you all the exciting things that I'm working on right now. I have been.
Go ahead. Let it go. Let it go.
Why don't you give us a quiz?
You're amongst friends. We're all sworn to secrecy here.
I want to tell you so much, but in typical Builderall fashion, your minds are going to be blown out of your brains. Like, it's like, talk about like revolutionizing the whole digital marketing landscape. I don't even have words. Honestly, I really don't. I'm just so excited. And I'm so like, you know, once you get to a point where you feel like, oh my gosh, this stuff is actually working. I'm actually making money. Oh my gosh, this is a real thing. You start to think about like when you first started, you know, and I remember I was just talking to my sister because these, again, I just can't tell you, but there's been some amazing opportunities that have happened this week, and things that I'm working on. So I was talking to my sister about it, and you know, we kind of had the same vision of like, we just want to be business owners and we want to do this, you know. And we were sitting in this restaurant one day and we just decided, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of this. I don't want to like quit my job. I'm so scared. And, you know, what if it doesn't work out and all of this? And we just decided, you know what? Let's not let fear run our lives. Let's just make a decision and let's go all in. And so I was thinking about that moment when we were in that restaurant yesterday, and it's just like, you think about the whole journey and like the tears and the debt and like all, you know, it's like, okay, I don't know if this course is going to work, but I'm just going to put it on a credit card. And then it's like, you see, it's like, you're not making as much money, but then here's these bills coming. You're like, oh my gosh, what if I had just like got us in debt and it doesn't work out? And like the fear and the, oh my gosh, all of that stuff. So I've been so reminiscent of that whole journey this week. And then to get to this point, it's like, I just want to like shout at the rooftops, like, you guys don't give up. There's so much opportunity here. There's so, even things that you never even dreamed possible are so possible. And I'm not even just talking about Builderall as a company. I'm just talking about this skill set and being in this position where, you know, people get to know you and just the networking and like all of you guys who show up for the training. It's like, I'm not just sitting here like I'm just some like celebrity person who's like, you guys just whatever, I'm so great. It's not at all like that. Like, I want to see you guys on the leadership team. I want to see your businesses growing. I want to see you doing these trainings like, oh my gosh, I remember when Bridget told me not to give up. It's like, I want to see you guys succeed. That is the coolest part of this whole thing. So definitely don't give up. I think about the 20-hour work days and the times of telling my family, I can't go to the birthday party today. I need to get this done. You know, the money, the lack of vacations, the no days off, all that stuff. It's like, man, when you get to where you see it starting to pay off, it's so, oh my gosh, it's the most rewarding thing ever. It's so
I can tell you right now, Bridget is a guy who just started out in this about 6 months ago with ClickFunnels. Just when I learned about Builderall, the sudden realization that, oh my God, what's my autoresponder? What's my funnel builder? What's my mail system? Everything in one platform. It's just so weird because everybody I talk to now, I literally have to explain that to them. And it just seems like such a natural progression to say, Builderall is it. Builderall is growing with, I mean, just when you say there's over 40 tools, and the fact that I didn't even know as of today's conversation that we had this mock-up studio in there, it's just, it is. It's like finding little gold pockets everywhere. I mean, the virtual meeting that we were all invited, or whoever is a Funnel Club member was, you know, invited. I don't know if everybody's gotten that email that is a member, but I got mine a couple of days ago, and I was just, it's just incredible to think that you can go to a virtual seminar that would normally cost you $3,000, and then it's a lifetime membership, and it just happens to be because I'm a Builderall user, member, whatever. It's just phenomenal. All these things that just keep happening it just reinforces my own thinking when I think of what Eric Salgado has decided and what he's doing with this company.
Yeah. And, you know, I think because we know this, I mean, this is why we spend hours doing what we're doing. This is why you guys are in this meeting now, you know, trying to figure your own way. This is why we sacrifice, because we see what other people don't see. And so it's hard. I know that when you guys talk to your families, they have no idea what you're doing. And even if you try to explain it, they're like, okay, some internet thing. They don't really get it. But it's not, just because they don't see it doesn't mean it's not a real thing. And it's even harder because I know that you start to doubt yourself and you're like, I'm spending so much time and I'm not making any money. And but it's like, I don't understand if people don't say that in college. It's like you're paying thousands of dollars to go to college. You're not making money while you're doing that either. But it's like, if you just stick with it, you know, there's a reason a small percentage succeed in online marketing. And it's not because it doesn't work. It's because people give up. It's because they've done YouTube videos 3 times a week for a year and they're still not making a lot of money. So they give up. But it's like, what they don't realize is at a year and 6 months, that's when you get your, you know, that's when things, you know, start blowing up just suddenly. It's like now suddenly your YouTube videos are getting a lot of views, and then you're suddenly growing in subscribers, and you go from, you know, 2 subscribers a month, and you're like, yeah, every time you get one. And then it's like you're getting 40, 50, 60, 100 a month, and it just blows up. And it's like, but that's the reward. And that's why it's so worth it, because when you are the one who's like, I'm blocking you out. If you don't see my vision, I don't care. I don't expect you to. I'm moving forward. It's like, man, that reward. And then you can go back to all those people and be like, you know, like I tell my husband all the time, you're going to be the one who gets the reward for saying, I always believed in her. I knew that she could do it. You know, I would tell him that all the time. You're going to be the one, because he saw me cry when I would do our budget and be like, oh my gosh, I spent $1,000 on a course and we don't have it, you know.
So,
but he would be the one to say, if anybody can do it, you can do it. And when you get to a point where things start working out, you think about those people in your life, the ones who say, oh, whatever, this internet thing, you'll remember that. And then, I mean, it'll be great satisfaction for you, but it's also like it's a real good test to see who's really in your corner, success or fail. So lots of valuable lessons to be learned in the whole journey.
It's so funny you said that to your husband, because I said that to my wife the other day when we were kind of going back and forth about some things. And I just said, don't worry about it, honey. You'll be the person that I'll tell everybody always stood by me when things were the lowest.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's so important too, because if you fail as an entrepreneur, if you put all this time and money and stress and fear and you push through and you fail, the last thing you need to ever do is look at your spouse's face and see disappointment in their eyes and know how they feel about you, because it's bad enough that you feel it yourself. No one's ever going to be as hard on you as you will yourself. But when your spouse looks at you and you know that they're like, I told you so, that's not a good marriage. It's not a good recipe right there. That's where resentment builds and all of that stuff. So if you are the spouse who's like, whatever, just trust me. Just
at the first of Jim's conversation.
It's what?
Sorry. At the first of Jim's conversation, he was talking about comparing or other people finding out how comprehensive Builderall is. And they kind of get the idea that and that's what I had at first when I was looking, is that Builderall is just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that, a little bit of that, not anything really great. And it turns out they're great in all of those 40 tools and more, 200 basic things that they can do, and they're getting, like you say, more stuff is coming out that's going to blow our socks off supposedly. And so I'm looking forward to that. But you know, you say, oh yeah, it's just an attempt to just do a little bit in everything rather than be striving for excellence. And I think that's what they are. They're striving for excellence in all. And what I'd like to know is just, you know, Eric says it every once in a while, but just how many people they have working behind the scenes on the coding and on the setup. You know, it's not just a guy in a garage, it's hundreds and hundreds of people. And
let me tell you how awesome of a CEO Eric is. Eric is actually working with a company, or it's not a company, it's like don't quote me on this part. I'm not sure. It's some like education, some kind of program where they take like 50 or 30 people who, you know, Brazil, it's a poor country, but they take these 30 or 50 people who want to learn to be coders. And so Eric is providing them Builderall and all of this stuff so that they can learn. And then he's promised them a job if they get through the program. So it's like, that's what type of person that Eric is, and if you look at the leadership team, not everyone on the leadership team is like the top affiliate, but Eric sees people who takes action, and that they're passionate about Builderall, and that they're in the community and they're helping the users. And because he sees that as you helping him, because you all know we're all trying to grow our business, and it's hard and it's stressful and all of that. And so Eric, if you help him, he wants to help you by using what he has, the tools and the notoriety and all of that. He wants to help you. So that's what he does. That's how people get to the leadership team. And then people start noticing them, and they start looking at their YouTube videos and stuff like that. And then their business starts to grow. So I can guarantee you the best way to get on the leadership team, which will definitely fast track your success, is being in the groups, showing up, you know, to the meetings and trying to answer questions and things like that, and helping out the community. And he is always, he's like a sniper. He goes to YouTube, he searches Builderall, who's making videos about Builderall, what do they look like? Are they professional? Are they Builderall fans? Like, if you're passionate about Builderall, he wants to do whatever he can to elevate you. And then what happens? He does that, and now all the leaders are like, I owe my life to Eric. So now he has these like die-hard group of people who would like walk through fire for him. So it's like, it's a great business plan to, you know, you elevate yourself, you work really hard, and then you bring other people up with you. And then you have a team of people who would do anything for you. So it's very smart business. Just like those people he's teaching to be coders, you know, that whole program. It's like those coders will work for Builderall until they can't work anymore. So it's a genius business model that he's got, and I totally am 100% for it. And doing the same thing with my business. I want to, you know, like I tell you guys all the time, I love the action takers, and so I love to give you stuff when you show up for training and all that. If I can give you anything that we're talking about, that's what I want to do, because I want to see you guys succeed. That's so fun. And then when you, honestly, selfishly, if you go spread the word that Bridget Bartlett taught you everything you know, that helps me. So, but it's like, it's where, you know, every great business deal is where both sides feel like they won, you know? So if you can help you guys, you know, you're getting help, and if you can turn around and help other people, it's just a win-win. Everybody wins. All right, guys, do you have anything else for me today? Are you ready to call it a weekend?
Ready.
All right. Well,
What are you
thank
doing
you.
this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I just told you I am working. Oh my gosh, if I thought I worked last weekend, I don't even know work until I do this weekend. But
Just
it's
slip,
good.
slip a little bit and just mention one of the things in passing. We'll figure out the rest. What?
You'll understand one day.
But I didn't even hear what you said.
I said magic.
Oh, okay. I'll work on that this weekend.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me for today's Q&A. Fridays are my favorite day, because I love getting to interact with you guys and see your faces and all that. But we'll be back to our normal training Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So enjoy your weekend, and I will see you Monday. Go build it with Builderall. Have a nice weekend.